Eyewitness Weather forecast.
And a pleasant Tuesday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed. We'll see decrease in clouds again tonight before they increase once again during the day tomorrow. And in spite of that, there will be a touch of humidity and temperatures still getting up into the mid-80s. So let's take a live look right now at downtown Utica. We still have a fair amount of clouds out there right now, 77 degrees. That dew point is still in the middle and upper 60s, right around 66. So that's making it feel like 79. And that's in spite of the fact that we do have a westerly breeze at around 7 miles an hour. But as opposed to this time yesterday, the dew points were in the lower and middle 70s. Temperatures across the region right now are in the 70s, but there are a couple of spots that are at 80, like Herkimer is at 80. Greene is also at 80 degrees right now, and also down toward the capital region. Albany up toward Saratoga are into the low 80s, but the rest of us are in the middle and upper 70s. And in fact, Old Forge up toward the north is at 69. As far as tonight's headlines are concerned, we've got a few clouds tonight, and then it becomes mostly cloudy again during the day tomorrow. And the next chance of rain doesn't head our way until Thursday afternoon, when we could see a few strong to severe thunderstorms and maybe that risk of flash flooding once again. But as we wrap up the work week on Friday and start the weekend on Saturday, we will do so with intervals of clouds and sunshine, although it could feel quite hot with a touch of humidity as well. So with that front stalled to our south, you'll definitely notice that we've got more clouds across the southern tier, a few peaks of sunshine here and there across the north, but not a lot of rain being produced from those clouds, maybe a little bit of mist and or drizzle. Where we have seen a lot of activity today, though, is toward the southern sections of New York State, northern New Jersey, western Connecticut, northeastern Pennsylvania, with the front being stalled over the southern tier of New York right now. And it's going to continue to be there during the overnight hours. We'll have temperatures dropping from the 70s, where they are right now, down into the lower and middle 60s during the overnight hours for most of us, with, again, a brief decrease in clouds, but we will cloud back up again as we head through tomorrow, especially during the afternoon, with mostly cloudy skies. As far as rainfall chances go over the next couple of days, it looks, again, fairly dry during the day tomorrow. The best chances of rain are going to be on Thursday afternoon and, again, Sunday into Sunday night. Other than that, it'll be primarily dry, especially Friday and Saturday. Tonight will be around 65 with a few clouds this evening, and then increasing clouds toward and after midnight with a northwesterly breeze around 2 to 5 miles an hour. Tomorrow, the winds will be out of the west at around 5 miles an hour with mostly cloudy skies, 85 for the high. And then we'll see the chances for storms returning to our area with on Thursday afternoon, with intervals of clouds and sun both on Friday and Saturday, with temperatures getting up into the middle and upper 80s. And then we'll be watching the Boilermaker forecast for Sunday morning with the threat of storms in the afternoon.
And of course, we're hoping that those storms hold off for the afternoon, but of course that race tends to go pretty quick in the morning.
Absolutely. Hopefully it's not too humid for the runners too.
That's another good point. And if you're going to be in that race, drink plenty of water. Still to come on Eyewitness News at 6.
Your Eyewitness Weather forecast.
And a good Tuesday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed. We'll continue to see a lot of clouds tonight and again during the day tomorrow, but not much moisture being produced from those clouds. And in spite of that, we'll see temperatures that are a little bit warmer than they were today. So let's take a live look right now from downtown Utica, where currently it is 70 degrees, dew point 64. Definitely a lot better in terms of the dew point category than it was at this time last night when we had dew points into the low 70s. And as such, that heat index right now is at 70 degrees. That's also thanks to the northwest-northwesterly breeze that is out there around 5 miles an hour. So temperatures are into the middle and upper 60s to the lower 70s out there right now. The cool spot up toward the north, Old Forge at 63 right now. We've got Herkimer at 71, Johnstown 70, and Norwich right now down in Chenango County at 68. So here's what we'll be covering over the next few minutes. Tonight and tomorrow we'll go from a few clouds to mostly cloudy skies with a touch of humidity, and temperatures getting up into the mid-80s. Tomorrow, tonight, we'll get down into the mid-60s. Thunderstorms return Thursday afternoon. A couple of those could be strong to severe yet again, and there is the threat for flash flooding as well. But the good news is that I have for you is that as we wrap up the weekend on Friday and start the weekend on Saturday, we'll be doing so with intervals of clouds and sunshine, although it could be quite humid at times and even a little bit hot. We've definitely been seeing those clouds thinning out, although they are still being a little bit pesky down toward the southern tier right now with that stalled front to the south. And as far as the radar is concerned right now, as I mentioned mentioned, not a lot of moisture being produced from those clouds. It's going to remain that way during the overnight hours and during the day tomorrow as well. So again, we'll see a few clouds overnight tonight, definitely more clouds tomorrow morning when we've got temperatures making their way from the 60s up into the 70s. Around 85 is where we'll be for the high tomorrow, and there could be a little bit of mist and or drizzle out there yet again, especially further to the south in the afternoon, but otherwise most of us will get through the day completely dry. That changes though as we head through Thursday. We've got another front heading our way during the afternoon and evening, and that means the increased threat for some showers and maybe even a thunderstorm or two. And then we remain dry Friday night, Saturday night. That changes as we head through Sunday, and certainly we'll be watching that as we get closer to the Boilermaker. Temperatures overnight tonight will be around 65 degrees with a few clouds this evening, then clouds will increase toward and after midnight, and tomorrow will be mostly cloudy with a splash of humidity as well, around 85 for the high, with a westerly breeze around 5 miles an hour. Temperatures slightly cooler as we go through Thursday, but it'll be more humid too, with highs between 80 and 85. And then both Friday and Saturday, we'll be seeing a lot of sun, a few clouds here and there, with temperatures making their way from the mid-80s to up around 90 degrees. And then, as I mentioned, Sunday we'll be watching the timing of that storm closely with the Boilermaker in the morning.
And if you're going to be out at the Boilermaker, it's not going to be thunderstormy in the morning like you just said, Jordan, but if you're going to be out there, make sure you're drinking plenty of water. And Knicks fans, it's official. The New York Knicks have a new head coach. Eyewitness Sports Director Jordan.
I don't think that many kids in my son's...
Now, your Eyewitness Weather forecast.
Once again, I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking one more dry day ahead of us before things take a turn for the wetter as we head through Thursday and sun returns before we head into the weekend. So let's take a live look right now from downtown Utica, where it is dry out there right now, 68 degrees, the dew point 64. Keep in mind that this time yesterday it was up into the 70s, so definitely feeling still a little bit muggy, and that'll be the case again during the day tomorrow, but not as much so as it was over the weekend and yesterday as well. Winds out of the north at 5 miles an hour at this time. Most of us are into the 60s right now, but a couple of exceptions like Oneonta at 73, Greene at 71, and the mid-Hudson Valley, the capital region, still up into the 70s at this time as well. So here's what we're going to be telling you about over the next couple of minutes. We'll have a few clouds tonight, and then it becomes mostly cloudy again during the day tomorrow. And in spite of that, there will be a touch of humidity and highs getting up into the mid-80s. Thunderstorms, as I mentioned, will return on Thursday afternoon. So does the threat for strong storms, and some of those could produce flash flooding as well, but we'll see intervals of clouds and sunshine to close out the week. We had a lot of clouds today, and that continues to be the case right now, especially the closer you head to the southern tier, which is what is holding temperatures up into the 70s right now. But we will see a few clouds here and there during the overnight hours, and also not a lot of precipitation being produced out of those clouds. But where we are seeing a lot of clouds or a lot of precipitation is down toward the southeast with the stalled frontal boundary from Connecticut, Rhode Island back into Pennsylvania right now. That's the reason for all the lightning moving through that part of southern and southeastern New England, southern New York as well. Overnight tonight will be again mainly dry with a lot of clouds. And we'll have a lot of clouds to start your Wednesday, but in spite of that, temperatures will get up into the mid-80s, as I mentioned, maybe low 80s for some of you. And I suppose there could be a spotty or isolated shower, but again, most of you will escape the day just completely dry. That changes, though, as we head through Thursday and Thursday night. That looks like our best opportunity for rain. Friday and Saturday, it look mainly dry at this point, although it will be warm and humid getting up into the upper 80s to lower 90s. And then Sunday, it looks like we could see some of those showers and storms returning, and that forecast is important because that's when we have the Boilermaker. We'll get to that in a second, but for overnight tonight, we'll see a few clouds this evening and then increasing clouds toward and after midnight. 65 at the low, winds out of the northwest at around 3 miles an hour. Tomorrow, the winds will be out of the west at around 5, and we'll have mostly cloudy skies with a touch of humidity around 85 at the high. Temperatures in the low to mid 80s as we go through Thursday, with storms returning in the afternoon. Then sun and clouds returning to wrap up the work week and start the weekend Friday into Saturday. And as I mentioned, we'll be watching the timing for those storms as we go through Sunday. It looks like late morning into the early afternoon at this point, but the Boilermaker's in the morning, so we'll be keeping an eye on that over the next couple of days.
Yeah, hopefully they're able to wrap up that race before any storms roll through downtown Utica, Jordan. Thank you. Coming up next on